I'm Dale Smith for Looney Politics, and we are coming to the end of week 4 of the election. This is the week that the Liberals gave their full costed platform, and the really big news out of that is that they are planning for increased deficits, slightly bigger than they are right now, but sustainably so, so long as they keep the debt to GDP as their fiscal anchor. This has caused a little bit of debate over the nature of deficits right now, and I think this is something that we need to remember, that this is no longer the mid-90s. There is no debt crisis in this country, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't still talk about whether the things we are spending on deficit-wise are not things that are worthwhile spending. The Conservatives came out with a few more tax credits this week, but the really big news was their foreign policy announcement. It largely was centered on things like re-engaging with our allies as though we hadn't been, but the big news was that they plan a 25% cut on foreign aid. Part of the problem with this is that the notion that Scheer put forward that we're giving all this money to already rich countries or dictatorships was pretty much based on a lie. So it's another one of these situations where he's not even really making a proper case for the arguments he's trying to put forward, but the case he is putting forward to Canadians is fictional. So that is a bit of a problem. Jagmeet Singh spent most of his week in BC, basically re-announcing the same things that their platform came out with in August. But I think it is significant the fact that he spent so much time in BC, and it does give the sense that they are trying to save some of the furniture there. This week also saw the TVA debate in French, and it was a good format to have lengthier exchanges face-to-face between the leaders without a lot of crosstalk or interruption. But it was another one of these situations where there wasn't really a clear winner in the end. If there was a loser, it was Andrew Scheer, who was ganged up on for most of the evening, and his French was a lot more halting and less polished than some of the other leaders, but we didn't get too many revelations out of this. The only real things we learned were that the Liberals have basically said that they will comply with Quebec court decision around medical assistance in dying and will loosen up some of the restrictions in the current federal law, whereas the Conservatives tried to drop a bombshell that the Liberals have a second campaign plane, which they use for advancers, for AV equipment, and so on, and tried to spin this as a notion of hypocrisy, even though the Liberals are actually purchasing carbon offsets for both planes. For Looney Politics, I'm Dale Smith.